truth? Are you tired of being so confused? You feel like you're more fucked up than the lies on the evening news. Well, just step right in. We can talk about it all as friends. And if you want, we can hug and kiss and make up for the party ends. Agree or disagree, stop offering me. 'Cause I'm everything you want, damn sure what you need. I won't tell no lies, back up all the facts with truth. And if you can't get down with that, you must be somebody's dog.
Hey, Hogswins here. Check out our friend Matthew Spirit at his podcast, at The Dumb Show, and his website, don'tunfriendme.com. Yeah.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia, and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
What is going on, Don't Unfriend Me Nation? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. I am trying to print stuff out while we talkie. And there it is. All right. What's going on? Liv, it's so good to have you back.
Yes, I would like to say thank you for all the well wishes. The surgery went wonderfully.
Good.
I'm fully recovered. I no
news.
longer have a liver on the outside of my left knee.
That's such good news.
Just thought I'd, thank you. Appreciate it.
Such good news. I think everyone knew that it was gonna be okay, but everyone just kind of was like, you know what, maybe, just maybe, it might not be. And thankfully those doctors knew what the hell they were doing. No sound. What do you mean no sound? Oh shit.
Whoops.
All right, let's rewind and start it all over.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia, and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
I'll tell you what, it's been a while since we've done that. We've started a show with just with no volume. Someone said I look like a hippie. Oh, yeah, I got done from I put my hat on. Yeah, it's listen, it's all gonna just go soon, and just fall. I got a full head of hair for a 50-year-old. I mean, it's not bad.
You still have 3 weeks till you're 50.
Well, how's your volume on your headset?
Fine.
Okay, mine's good too. But test.
Testing.
Wait, you hear that echo?
No.
Yeah. Testing 1 2. Oh yeah. There's the speaker on somewhere. Test 1 2.
It's not me because
No, I know. Hold on. Test 1 2. Testing 1 2. Hey, Liv, take off your headphones real quick. And listen. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Testing 1 2 3. Test 1 2. You don't hear it?
Nope, I don't hear anything.
Okay, well, maybe it just sounds really good. Oh, it does. It sounds bassy and just full of life. Anyway, Liv, it's good to have you back. Let's go back to the hair. So the hair is, it's growing. And the widow's peak is not bad. I don't have too much of a widow's peak. It's a little, right? There's a little bit, right?
You have got a great head of hair.
Yeah, but it's growing. I mean, and when I say it's long, I mean, it's all the way back here now. So they just trimmed it. So I'm working on it. Why does Olivia have a chop frame? Oh,
shoot. It didn't go off on the camera.
go get your son.
Okay.
Tell him to get back here.
You should whistle at him because it's going to be quicker.
Everyone cover their ears. That's such a useful skill.
It is.
Anyway, so
Here he comes.
a little like Eddie Munster. Glenn, do you just always have to say the wrong thing? Is it just in your nature, or are you just a dick for no reason all the time? I mean, are you just? We got to do it again, son.
My camera's all funky.
So we got to do it again. What a horrible thing to say to a human being. Why are you guys so freaking mean to people? I don't understand. It's just ridiculous. Hey, well, like Eddie Munster. You look like Chef Boyardee. How about that? You like that? You think that's nice? Is that a nice thing to say to somebody?
Hang on, bud.
I think that looks good.
No,
Now,
it just
shouldn't
has
it-
to go off. It's supposed to go off naturally.
Well,
On its
Glenn's going off. I mean, Glenn just called me Eddie Munster. So that's not very nice. Did we get it?
It's still
Ethan,
there.
you got to wait here, dude.
Yeah. I would like to say it's good to be back. And thank you to all the well-wishers.
Can we get the camera
surgery
working first before
went well.
wait? Can we can't start the show unless the camera's working.
Yes, okay.
So you're ruining the joke. We got to start this whole farking thing over. This is just, it's just ruining my night. No, the frame's not gone. The frame's still there.
It usually takes a minute or so. I don't know why it's taken this long, though.
Yeah. So let's just get this done here. Any day now.
Come on, camera.
Usually, why is this every night? I mean, it's literally been
I'm
every
cursed.
night. This is like been happening. There it is. Bye. See ya, E.
Thanks, Bubs. Love you.
Thanks, dog. Appreciate you. No. My hair doesn't look good. Fuck that. I'm putting on a hat.
Everyone loves
Nope,
it.
too bad. I got called Eddie
Screw what
Munster.
Glenn
No, fuck
says.
that. I'm putting on a hat. You know?
Glenn, you are on silent now. You can't say
Yeah,
anything.
it's just not very nice. I mean, you could have said just about, you could have said it looks like Raylan Givens. It looks a little bit like, I don't know. Who else? Who else has that type of hair? Liv? Vince Vaughn. You could have said, but no, you got to say Eddie Munster. Eddie Munster. He's a prepubescent teen who's white as a ghost and is dead, I think. Isn't he dead?
No, that's no, the Munsters aren't dead. That's the Addams family. I don't think any of them are dead though.
Whatever. All right, so let's start it over. So, hey, Liv, welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
God,
Thanks for having me back.
By the way, I'm wearing a hat, like I always do, because, there's no other reason for me to do but wear my hat. And, it's great. And wow, the sound is awesome and the camera looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, great to have you back after 2 nights of not being here.
Yes. Thank you to all the well-wishers. Surgery went well. I'm 100% healed. I don't have a liver on the outside of my left knee anymore. I'm good to go.
Yeah, the delivery was much better the first time when they couldn't hear us. I know. It was almost as good as my hair. You see, you don't understand. This hair thing is like driving me crazy because Liv wants it to grow. And honestly, when she grabs a hold of it, I gotta say, it's kind of fucking cool. And I'm kind of enjoying that. But I have had hair 3 inches on the top and zeros on the sides for
Since I've known
30
you.
years. I mean, since I've been 20 years old, I've had the same haircut. So, well, that's not true, except on deployment, but that's different. You're out for a long, you're doing things that you don't really care about a shower. So I know what it looks like, but it's getting to that point where you can't comb it forward. You can't let it go back. You can't let it go to the side. And you got to do the Eddie Munster thing. And that's what I've got. And that's what happens when you've got curl. I could just do this, I guess, and then, and now it's all freaky deaky, but it's in that awkward stage where I don't know what the hell to do with it. And this is why I'm not a woman. This is why this whole, Dylan Mulvaney thing tonight's going to be so fun and interesting.
Ooh, interesting. That's why I don't cut my hair for 2 years, let it grow down to my butt, and then I cut it all off. Do it again.
Yeah.
Because I'm ready for the long hair again.
Oh, I just got another one. Yeah, it looks like a vampire look. This is just fucking, you guys are lucky that I've got thick skin, or I would take this shit personal.
Honestly, the only opinion you should care about is mine.
That's not true. I got a lot of people who watch. I mean, they've got to, come into the equation once in a while.
That's true.
But I do enjoy the handles. That thing's interesting. All right, let's get. Did he bring me my paper?
No, we forgot to ask.
El papel, Gaison, el papel, por favor.
There we go. So one of Hayden's little choir friends thinks I'm hot. And it's the boy that she wanted to think that she wanted to think that too. So
yeah, he's gonna go down. They're not gonna find his
it's
body.
the one she's got a crush on. So
Could you go to the printer, please, and grab me the paper? You're just being amazing today. Thanks so much.
Love you, bud.
I'll smash your iPad if you complain. Hurry up.
Oh my God.
My skin is thick. No, you just, Glenn, I have to like you in order to care about what you have to say. So it doesn't really impact me. Just buy more clothes, buy more shirts. That's all. Of course, that's what Jefferson thinks, right?
Bud, you can leave the door open a crack.
You buy more shirts, and that's my value I find in you. And lately there hasn't been. Oh, we got a new shirt.
Oh, we did. I haven't
Squirrel.
seen it.
Squirrel.
I haven't seen it.
This one's good.
What happens when I work all the time? And I wasn't home at all
She works
yesterday.
hard for her money. Ba-bum, ba-bum, so hard for it, honey. Bum, bum, bum. You know what they're going to do? They're like, oh my gosh, that guy sounds like Dionne Warwick. Or what's her name? Donna Summer. Donna Summer. And easy for you to say. And that sounded so close to her singing that we're going to hit him with royalty. I bet you $100 is going to start. Any minute, YouTube's going to hit us. This is the new shirt. Let's Take America Back. And it's got a great logo, Trump 2024. Let's take America Back. Cool shirt, and also in mug form. It's available for you. It is shipping today. We have a pre-supply order, so you can get it today. Well, you can't get it today. You can buy it today, and it will ship today or tomorrow morning. Probably tomorrow morning. But yeah. So all right, we got a big show to do. We don't even really have time for. Ethan, thank you for putting these out of order. That really helps, bud. Thanks, pal. I don't know how they got out of order from 15 feet from the printer, but thanks, dude.
He's a boy and he's 10. At least he brought us the correct papers. Like a couple years ago, he would have gone across the house and brought like his math homework or something.
Yeah, but they would have had crayon all over them and peanut butter and other stuff. All right, so tonight we're covering quite a bit. So new shirt, dumbshow.com, go get it. Also, link tap go / the dumb show as well if you would like. And you can donate to the show, and your name will come up on lights. It'll be huge. This cat, seriously.
I know you want to be on the show and you think you're beautiful and you want to be famous, but stop walking on my keyboard.
So we got more comments from Glenn. I just scrolled backwards. I'm like,
boy.
hey, let me go ahead and play some comments because, I care about what everyone has to say. And it's important to me that they feel like they're important. And he goes, you're starting to look like a hippie. That's my line. What else? I may have clicked the share button also. Thank you, Kristen. We appreciate it very much. This is obviously an inside joke between the mods because I told Amy, I'm like, every day she's like, I shared. I'm like, you don't have to declare it. Facebook gets upset because they call it click harvesting. Everyone says I'm muffled. I'm aware. My whistle works on everyone I know and the dogs. Dogs? Really? That's interesting. Superman comes from Krypton when I go ahead and whistle. That's I have a very loud whistle. Honestly, it has helped me in a fight before.
You should see Angel Eyes. Last comment, your cat makes your show the cat's meow.
Oh boy, we're in trouble. Matt, the hair looks good. Thanks, Santana. I appreciate it.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Best comment so far of the night.
You look great, Olivia. She doesn't look like Eddie Munster, huh? Yeah.
Wednesday Addams. I could be Wednesday Addams.
Yeah. What else we got? Let's see. Take it like a man want cheese. What is this, prison? No thanks. I'm good. Thanks. Matt has had a lot of negative comments today because he hurt conservatives' feelings and they went Karen on him. It's not the left, it's the right. Well, she's right. Like I'm not going to go ahead and write an article about Putin when the election's coming up and he's going to win for like the 472nd time with a 75% approval rating in Russia, where the average person makes $200 a month. Yeah, sure. But we'll talk about that. The hat looks good. Thanks, Dick. Plus, Eddie Munster was very young. But there's also other appendages that I care about besides my hair when it comes to Eddie Munster. And, there's one that I really don't want to be young and youthful looking. Thank you very much if you get my drift. I know Olivia doesn't. Maureen, that is way too long. Nobody's going to read that post. That's just too. The Don't Unfriend Me show with Matt Spear and Spirit, it's just too long. We got to. Weeknights, 7 o'clock. I don't know. Just feedback. We're getting through the comments. Man with curly hair usually has to cut short or let it grow. Is that a fortune cookie? I think it is. I think I've read that somewhere. Oh, men with curly hair have to cut short or let it grow. That's deep.
That's your fortune for the day.
What's the middle? It's either black or white. There's no gray in that statement. You either got to cut it or keep it short. Unless you're the guy complaining on the video event. Oh, there was a guy that got upset today because he was reading the news and he goes, hey, how am I supposed to F read this article when things are popping up all the F time? I'm like, dude, it was one time, Karen. And when you click X, it goes away for a month. So this is what I wrote him. I haven't posted it yet. I wanted to get creative, right? I'm like, this guy's going to miss my literary skills when they're gone. So I'm going to write him a very well-timed response. Here it is. I just was working on it. And I wanted to see how it went. But now I can't find it. Shite. Can I find it? No, I can't find it. Maybe it's on my phone. Hold on. This is really good, though. We got to get to this. And I know we got stuff to do, but who cares?
Well, that's what makes the show good when it's just us, because we go off on tangents.
Yeah, we go and do different things.
By the way, how was the show last night?
It sucked. Amy was on. She was horrible. Just horrible. We got to fire her. We got to fire Amy. Dear internet newbie, welcome to the vast uncharted wilderness of the internet. I remember my first day online like it was just yesterday, a bewildering journey filled with pop-ups, unsolicited advice, and a sudden deep nostalgia for the simplicity of encyclopedia books. Since it appears a single pop-up has sent you spiraling into existential dread and rage, fear not, I am here, your digital sage, or sensei, to guide you through the labyrinths of the digital age. Here are some meticulously crafted steps to tackle the Herculean task of dealing with a pop-up. Close it. Yes, it's that little X icon often playing a game of hide and seek at the corner of the pop-up. It's like whack-a-mole, but less fun and more annoying. I know, this might sound like rocket science, but I assure you, with practice, you'll be closing pop-ups faster than you can say, I miss the days of dial-up internet. Welcome to the club, and remember, every click is a step toward becoming an internet ninja. Sincerely, a fellow traveler on the information superhighway. Just have a particular penchant for telling people to fuck off without them knowing I'm telling them to fuck off.
Oh my gosh.
So welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me show. We've got some interesting stuff. The first thing we're going to talk about is Putin. Because I did an article today. And I wanted to, I wanted just to kind of just put it out there. So I was hearing a lot of positive about Putin, ever since the Tucker thing came around. And it doesn't sit well with me. And I've kind of stayed quiet on it because I don't care about Russia. And I certainly don't care about Ukraine. But I got this, I'm going to switch over to this video, even though this isn't the title. But I got this article done. But see, no pop-ups. And in this article, it had a visceral reaction with liberals. Or conservatives, excuse me. They were very upset. And for people who don't support Putin, they're getting awfully upset about Putin. So here's my thing. I believe that there's a couple things that hold true. One is I believe that the Republicans who are on the way side, the right, they actually support January 6th. I think they 100% support it, but they're closet supporters, right? They're excited that this happened. They wanted to see Pelosi and zip ties. They think the government needs to be overthrown, but they'll never say that. These are the people who believe that Hillary Clinton's a lizard person. And there also is a group of people who believe that Vladimir Putin is a good guy. He's better than any elected official we've ever had outside of Donald Trump, and that he's working and he's honest with the United States. That's what they believe. And I didn't know if I believe that until today. And the first post I got was, I trust Putin more than I trust Biden. And I'm like, why do you trust either of them? Why do you trust any politician? Why do you trust anyone in the ruling class? Because that pretty much should just be antithetical to most common sense and knowledge. I mean, would you agree, Liv? Is it
Yes.
Okay? So my whole thing was, no. I'm not saying Biden's better than Putin. I'm not saying Putin's better than Biden. I'm saying they are both dipshits, and I don't care about either of them. But even there, people are like, oh, don't say we're defending Putin. And throughout the entire thread, it's, I trust Putin. Putin doesn't lie to us and steal from us and take our elections. And I'm just sitting here going, what in the hell is wrong with Americans? So I'm going to give you a dossier, which I've written for you right here.
Okay.
And this was written from memory because this isn't the first time I've been responsible for writing a dossier on somebody from a foreign country, something I'm pretty good at. And I understand the origins of Vladimir Putin and where he came from. So I'm just going to give you this basic dossier. This isn't extensive to the point where you're going to be in drudgery. But it's interesting things that you should know. So here it is. I was supposed to have a caller call in today. And he was one of the people who said he wasn't defending Putin, but defended Putin, and then challenged me and said I didn't know anything about Putin. And the only reason I didn't like Putin is because the media told me not to. And I was like, huh. So I decided to write the dossier. Here it is. Origins of disinformation. Now, this is going to be first. We're going to tackle, what do you think I'm going to tackle when it comes to the one thing I despise when it comes to the last 3 or 4 years with Putin and Ukraine, the one story that I can't absolutely stand. Do you know which one that is, Liv? Don't you say I don't know. Don't say I don't know. Don't say I don't know. Don't say I don't know.
I don't know.
Son of a beat sheet.
Mr. Vader, I am sorry, I don't know.
Only you can understand the power of the dark side.
How do you...
It's like an accent thing
Right.
going on.
Hey, you're not the world said, get you sleepy? Only you know the power of the dark side you do. How do you not know? Everybody knows. Just ask them. They know. And folks, say it with me all together. It's real simple. Bioweapon labs. Yes. That Vladimir Putin hit Ukraine because of bioweapon
Okay, that one. Got
labs. You remember that stuff.
I do.
That's right. Cat knows. Not biolabs, bioweapon labs. There's a big difference. There are biolabs in Ukraine. There's not bioweapon labs in Ukraine. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of why the bioweapon labs are butt kiss. And you can record this and share it with your friends or redisseminate it once it's saved. The origins of disinformation. Russian claims about U.S. biological laboratories in Ukraine started as early as 2013, all the way dated back to 2001. The locations and the geographical locations of the story changed. Instead of being Ukraine, it was Crimea or Syria or Bosnia-Herzegovina. And this is what Russia does. They put out disinformation, so when they try to annex or try to invade a country, or they try to go ahead and run proxy to that country, they have to have cover stories that look like humanitarian efforts. So this bioweapon lab story has been going on since I just got out I remember hearing rumblings of it in 1999 when I was still in the Navy. And then when I was a contractor, I heard it 2002, 2003. And you just might know a little somebody who worked on some of those counterintelligence efforts to debunk these stories. But it spread differently back then. It wasn't all over. It wasn't on Chaddock's site. I'll tell you that much. But it was spread in college campuses. It was spread over chat rooms, coffee houses, word for word from military post to military post. People who transferred in and out. And this stuff ultimately spread. So all the way back into 2001. And I can show you the origins of all of this. I've got documentation. I have a 76-page PDF that can show you all of these stories. I've done a show on it before. Well before the full-scale invasion in 2022, when the civil war started in Ukraine, it shifted from Crimea, Syria, Bosnia-Herzegovina, and it moved into Ukraine. These narratives suggested that these labs were part of an American plot to develop biological weapons targeting specific ethnic groups. Now, it changed in 2020 with COVID, and it just went ahead and changed to the window dressing. They put a new coat of paint on it and said that it was a COVID lab, and COVID originated in Ukraine. YouTube, if you try to suspend me for this, go fuck yourselves. This is me giving you factual information, dates, and times. Not what I'm saying, what Russian disinformation was. Tactics and spread. The disinformation campaign involved a range of tactics, including state media, the use of fake experts, and leveraging digital platforms. High-profile incidents like the Skripal and Navalny poisonings were used to lend credence to these claims. They said that the bioweapon labs were specific targeted by the United States to kill these two people with bioweapons versus the poisoning that they actually did that were Russian applied. Content of disinformation, the narratives included allegations about the development of ethnic targeting biological weapons and accusations that Ukraine was engaging in biological warfare with U.S. support. These claims were baseless and designed to sow discord and justify Russia's military action. Since there haven't been any bioweapons labs used or bioweapons used in conflict, the only country who's done it over the last 25 years is Russia, 3 times. Not since the days of Saddam Hussein. Even Assad didn't use chemical weapons. They used them proxy via Russia. But if anyone's going to talk about who's used chemical weapons over the last quarter century, that would be Vladimir Putin. Methods of propaganda. Russia employed a sophisticated propaganda machine utilizing state media, trolls, bots, and international network of media outlets to amplify false narratives globally. This indicates a concerted effort to manipulate public perception and international policy. The impact and implications of the disinformation campaign had significant implications, including influence public opinion and international relations till this day, where people still believe that Vladimir Putin is going into Ukraine for Nazis and bioweapon labs. It served as part of Russia's hybrid warfare strategy aimed at justifying its actions in Ukraine and discrediting Ukraine and its allies. Not to say that Ukraine doesn't have reasons to discredit it based upon the oligarchs, based upon the corruption, based upon the sex trafficking and the money laundering and everything else that it's done, and their stooge of a plant president, all fine, but not Nazis and bioweapon labs, even though there are some Nazi regiments in the Azov battalion. But to say that the entire country is ran by Nazis is a little disingenuous, especially since he's a Jew. The spread of disinformation about biological weapons is part of a broader Russian effort to manipulate public perception, and it is absolutely crucial to combat misinformation, which is what I've been doing since this stupid conflict began. Now, let's do Vladimir. Any questions on the bioweapon labs? By the way, real quick, the 16 strikes that At War Clandestine pointed out on Twitter, it wasn't even him who did it. And I can show it to you and prove it to you, and I'm just going to do it to you right now. And you're going to go, oh, Matt, why? Why do you do these things? Why do you tell us the truth? Why do you spoil it for us? We just want to be lied to. Well, because I'm good at what I do. This document, Russian Fakes About Biolabs in 2022, it's a PDF. If you all want to see it, I can get it for you, no problem. You'll absolutely love it. But I want to go ahead and show you the strategic map of the bioweapon strikes. Here's some of them. All along Poland's border. I'll blow this up for you so you can see it. So there are currently biolabs. Biolabs are level 3 biolabs. Biolabs like that can actually go ahead and administer and have in containment measles, airborne chickenpox, things to that effect. Some nerve agents, of course, like high-level mustard gas, etc. But sarin and things to that effect are all level 4 or 5 controlled substances, which are specifically designed for a bioweapon lab. And they are not weaponized chickenpox. They're not weaponized smallpox. It's not weaponized blah, 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 blah. These are the strikes that they supposedly said, well, these are where the biolabs are in Ukraine, according to this disinformation. This article was actually founded back in 2012. This lines up with what At War Clandestine laid out. But this was a pro-Russian politician who did this with ties into KGB, Viktor Medvedchuk, who was in when I was in, and Richard and Reinat Kuzmin, who were all disinformation specialists for the Politburo and the KGB. So these maps do not line up with the initial strikes. And this is how I knew it was bullshit. So when At War Clandestine releases this, all he's doing is spreading Russian disinformation. And I know this because those locations are open on any Google Maps or anywhere else in the state's registry that those labs are have been there. And how do I know that? Because they were put in by Bill Clinton in 94, 95. And during the stand down with taking nuclear armaments and biological weapons out of Ukraine's hands, which as long as Russia promised not to go in, that they would go ahead and defend Ukraine and made that promise to do so, Ukraine gave up its weaponry, and those weapon labs that you're talking about were never there to dismantle any of those type of high-level weaponry. In fact, it was brought back to the United States or brought to Germany or Poland, who did have the capability to do such, where American military units were stationed. So when you line up those strikes and you see where Putin hit, he hit command and control units. He didn't hit biolabs. In fact, you don't hit biolabs with rudimentary explosives like GBUs. And I don't even care if it's a 5-tonner. There's no way in hell that a GBU is going to incinerate at enough heat and create a vacuum. You need a hyperbaric bomb to do that, which would be something like the Moab, which would actually take all the oxygen in the area and bring it to 2,700 degrees, 3,000 degrees, and incinerate any type of bacterium that could get out, or microscopic bacteria. So bullshit. And here's why. Because Putin's not dumb enough to do that, because all of a sudden, if the wind changes east, he's going to kill millions upon millions of Russians, okay? So give me a break. Can I get an all part of the plan, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Gotta find it.
Any day now.
I gotta find it.
Any day now.
I'm looking.
Any day now.
It's all part of the plan.
I found it. I found the button. Personal background: birth, October 7th, 1952, in Leningrad, Soviet Union, now St. Petersburg versus Leningrad. Education: Vladimir Putin. He graduated from Leningrad State University in 75 with a degree in law, which is interesting. KGB career: he joined the KGB in 75, serving until 1991. There is a picture circulating with him where Gorbachev met Reagan and Vladimir Putin was supposedly supposed to be there. It's actually not true. Just a guy. A lot of Russians look alike. I don't know if you know that. Kind of like Asian people. It's a little humor. But it's not Vladimir Putin. He was way too young for that. Or way too old for that picture of that person who was in it. His assignments included monitoring foreigners and consular officials in Leningrad, and later he was stationed in Dresden, East Germany. Now, Dresden, East Germany is where the kill camps were, if you didn't know that. Dresden was also bombed to living shit by the English, where tens of thousands of upper-class Beverly Hills-type Germans who really had nothing to do with the Nazis all went into shelters, and the English and the Americans hit that so many times with so many bombs, ignited the entire effing city. When they opened up the basements in Dresden to go ahead and see if anyone was living, the basements were filled with 1 to 2 foot of what could only be described as black goo.
Ew.
The black goo was human bodies who went down to their basic carbon level and petroleum stasis because it didn't get hot enough to completely turn them to ash. So it liquefied them because the flames never touched them. They cooked.
Oh, what a horrible way to die.
Yeah. Dresden.
It wasn't quick, was it?
No. Dresden, what a great place. Moving on, but remember, I just listened to the news. Political career. Early political career, entered politics in 1990 as an advisor on international affairs to the mayor of Leningrad. Rise to power, appointed as deputy chief, presidential staff in 1997, director of the Federal Security Services. That's the FSB. And if you think the FSB is a bank, it's not. It's essentially Secret Service / FBI. And KGB is very much like the CIA. And there's a few other agencies that are also inside Russia besides that. But that's predominantly their intelligence apparatus post-Cold War. 1998, Prime Minister of Russia, 1999. This is where it gets interesting. First presidency was 2000 to 2004. Wow, it's amazing that those disinformation stories started to come back. Because remember, with Boris Yeltsin and Gorbachev, the Cold War was over. Russia even changed its flag to red, white, and blue and screamed democracy. Well, when that failed, Putin came back in and wanted to bring the days of the Iron Curtain, the Cold War back, the KGB, the Politburo, the Russian mafia and oligarchs running the country. It's amazing that those stories started to leak out during that time. 2004 to 2008 was his second presidency. He became a prime minister in 2008 to 2012, and he was over Dmitry Medvedev, I believe. The only thing is Medvedev was a puppet, very similar to Joe Biden, and Putin pulled the strings. Putin was most assuredly in charge of the country under Medvedev. 2012 to 2018 was his third presidency. Yeah, he sounds like Donald Trump. He's just never going to leave. Fourth presidency, 2018 till today. The guy's been a president longer than frickin' Dick Clark was on American Bandstand. Economic policies. He's implemented tax reforms, increased state control over key industry, what typical socialists do. And you can say he's not a socialist, but he's kind of a softcore porn socialist. And presided over significant economic growth in the early 2000s, which he did. Military and foreign war, the Chechen Wars. Oversaw military campaigns in Chechnya aiming to suppress separatist movements. Suppressing separatist movements means political assassinations, if you didn't know, and interrogating and killing prisoners. But just a little slight of thing. He's a good guy. Annexation of Crimea in 2014. Russia annexed Crimea from Ukraine, a move that was internationally condemned. We all remember. Syrian civil war supported Bashar al-Assad's government through military intervention starting in 2015. And that's where those chemical weapons came in. Yeah. Invasion of Ukraine, initiated full-scale invasion in February 2022, leading to widespread international condemnation. Domestic policy, political repression. Critics and opposition figures have faced arrest, poisoning, and other forms of suppression, including political assassinations. Tighten control over major media outlets, limiting freedom of the press and creating a state-run media in Russia. Constitutional changes, because he can. 2020 referred upon approved changes allowing Putin to potentially remain in power until 2036, and maybe he'll extend it even past then. I think it's kind of lofty. Here's the controversies. Election integrity, allegations of electoral fraud and manipulation during presidential and parliamentary elections. Parliamentary elections. Paramilitary and international criticism for intervention into human rights abuses, which is using the military to execute government wants and needs. Persecution of political opponents, jailing of his worst offense, Brittany Griner. Oh, we had to do with that women's basketball, the horror. International relations with Western countries have deteriorated due to actions like annexation of Crimea, involvement in the Syrian civil war, and election interference. Very, very quickly. Just quick timeline. 1999, Boris Yeltsin, appointed prime minister by Boris Yeltsin. Later that year, Yeltsin resigns and Putin became the acting president of Russia in December of 1999. Remember, I told you a lot of that disinformation came, preceded the 2001 and 2000 leaks. And the reason why I told you I saw it in 1998, 99 is because he took over as president. 2000, 2004, first term as president, like I said, Chechen war intensifies with significant civilian casualties and allegations of human rights abuses. 2004 to 2008, continued suppression of political dissent and media control. 2008, 2012, serves as prime minister under, like I said, Medvedev. 2012, returns to presidency amid widespread protests over election integrity and extends presidential terms for 4 to 6 years. Annexation of Crimea in 2014, leading to international sanctions and condemnation. Military intervention in the Syrian civil war, supporting Bashar al-Assad. Accused of interfering in 2016 U.S. presidential election. We all remember that. Donald Trump, right? 17, re-election amid allegations of voting irregularities and suppression of political opposition. For instance, taking people out and having them disappear until after the election if they came back at all. You know, just little things like that. Democracy. Announces the development of new nuclear weapons, escalating tensions in the West. In 2018, 20 constitutional referendum allows Putin the possibility to retain until 2036. Like I said, I want to give these dates. 2020, poisoning of opposition leader Alex Navalny from the Kremlin launches a full-scale invasion of Ukraine on February 24, leading to international condemnation. Giving you all the dates. Let's not talk about the religious persecution of killing people that aren't Orthodox. Let's talk about the persecution of gays and homosexuals. Anyone who was involved in any type of narcotics. His just unrelenting killing of Muslims inside Russia. Vladimir Putin's not a good guy, okay? And for all these people that are like, I'd much rather have Vladimir Putin than Joe Biden, you know what? You have no idea what you're talking about because you've never lived there. You've never been to Russia. You've probably never been out of the continental United States. And you're talking to people on this show with Leroy, Mike, myself, and some guests who've been to these countries, who knows what they do and knows what they are. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the United States is clean as driven snow and is a virgin on prom night, because that is not true. But if you want to start comparing tit for tat, what the United States has done for the world versus what Vladimir Putin has done for the world and what Soviet Russia has done for the world, you better get in line, because you've got a long conversation from me. And I don't appreciate people who compare an American president to a complete dictator and absolute narcissistic sociopath. I don't like Joe Biden, but he is not Vladimir Putin. And if you compare him to such, I think you are going to have a very difficult time arguing that case with comparison contrast. You can talk about his foreign investments. You can talk about his influence. You can talk about his horrible decision-making. Yes, all those things are true. But those don't scratch a nipple on Vladimir Putin's ass. And if that doesn't show you, I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, good. Glad we had this conversation. Liv, do you feel informed?
Sure.
Good. Are you excited?
Woohoo.
God, you're hot. Wow. All right, let's get to it. We got a busy show. We got a lot to do. Liv, did you have something to say about Link Tap Go?
Please donate to the show.
That's not how you do it.
I don't know then.
How do you you got to bury the lead. You can't. Hey folks, please donate. Would you like me to show you one time?
I've got another liver growing on my right knee.
There you go.
And I need surgery for that one.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Folks, we need your money. So
Ethan needs a brain transplant.
We need we need to get Hayden to the jamboree, and she's raising money for the Girl Scouts. And folks, we are a self-funded, completely self-funded program. Everything you see is from us. We have syndication with Spreely TV. We obviously make ad revenue and things like that and T-shirt revenue, but that's all us. It's something we created. We would appreciate it. If you have a chance, go to link tap go /The Dumb Show. Link is coming up right now. You guys can click on that. You can donate to PayPal, $5, $10, $100, $1,000, whatever you want to do. We don't care. We appreciate it. It helps us continue to pay the bills. We have a mortgage. We got to pay stuff off. We got to live. We got to eat. This is how we do it. It's not begging. We just mention it twice a show at the beginning and the end. We'd appreciate it if you can take care of us if you can. If you can't afford it, do not give us anything. In fact, you can probably call us and see if we can help you out, because we've done that before too. There are people who are in desperate need more than us, and we're all about trying to help those people as well. Mulvaney music video. Holy moly.
Hi.
Hi. Holy Lord. I thought this guy was done. Like, I thought he just ate one too many frickin' bonbons and just keeled over, or decided to go ahead and become a guy again. But nope, he's back. You're not going to like this.
He's back.
It's bad. Do you want this in small doses, or do you just want me to rip the Band-Aid off?
Just rip the Band-Aid off. Just do it. Get it done.
Here it is. According to Dylan Mulvaney, folks, just to make sure we're all on the same page, and his new song, Girlhood.
Are you freaking serious?
Yes, Dylan Mulvaney has a new song, and it's called Girlhood. And according to being a woman or a girl, it consists of the following: not being able to get out of bed, popping prescription pills, retail therapy, doing the walk of shame, not remembering who you hooked up with, overspending, flirting for drinks, listening to the Twilight soundtrack, and breaking down crying in the bath. And I can attest that that is absolutely 100% true on all fronts.
The only one I've done is breaking down crying in a bathtub.
Yeah, but you deserved it. I told you twice, and you didn't listen. And smacked you
I think
upside.
my light is a bad color in the back.
Yeah,
I think it's supposed to be purple.
it is purple.
No, is it?
It is purple.
Gosh, it's just really bright.
Do you want it turned down a little bit?
No, it just was. It looked like it was white on the camera.
Do you have a problem with white things? It sounds like. Do you hate your own skin color?
I'm so ashamed.
You sound like it. By the way, to fuck Nguyen, who actually, I don't think it's Fook. I think it actually is fuck. Fuck Nguyen. It doesn't matter. Even if it is Fook, it doesn't matter. You're fuck. Fuck Nguyen. Thank you for buying the Let's Take America Back Again shirt. Would love to see it. We appreciate it. That means a lot. I am viewing your order right now, and you're going to get a notification, and I am sending that to the production team. Oh, Mel.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mel, thank you so
Appreciate it.
much. Mel donated $73.90. She even taxed us up $3.90 for what PayPal would take out of it. So thank you so much. We appreciate you all. Thank you for helping us out. But your Let's Take America Back shirt, I'm requesting fulfillment right now. And there it is. Fulfillment in progress. You should have that in a few days. By the way, our shirts are the best. They are the softest. They are stretchy. You can work out in them, and they don't sit there and get all freaking crusty. They're super soft. They are a 90 cotton and 10% blend. And the reason why you do 10% is so you don't get the actual logo to fall off after 5 or 6 washes. What they do is they do a 100% cotton and or a 70-30 poly blend, and either A, it's too stiff, or B, it falls off. So that's why you got to do a 90-10, but we don't feel like polyester. There's no feel. I have dermatographia, some of the most sensitive skin in the world, and these shirts are like just a warm blanket. Here is Dylan Mulvaney.
Can I say something about that picture?
It looks like Eddie Munster.
No, I was gonna say looks like Twilight. Is she gonna sparkle when he goes out in the sun?
I'll be honest with you, man. Dylan Mulvaney, if I was drunk enough, I might just actually,
No, not in this picture. Not good looking at all. Just
I listen, I'm not saying, listen, I want to be completely transparent, but I have slept with worse. You drink enough, you wake up in the morning, you're like one eye open, you're like, oh my Lord, what the hell did I just do? No, I'm kidding. This isn't a woman. There is nothing. I just listen to the video, then we can go and just get sick, because I just have some points to make. Okay. But I know you do too. Here's the song. I'm sorry.
Learn the basics, last look quick, change, sip champagne. Playing catch up cause we missed the pregame. Pull up the group chat where you at, drop a pin. We're doing hot girl shit, get in. Monday can't get out of bed, Tuesday morning pick up meds. Wednesday retail therapy, cash or credit, I say yes. Thursday had a walk of shame, didn't even know his name. Weekends are for kissing friends, Friday night all overspent. Saturday we flirt for drinks, playing wingman to our twinks. Sunday the Twilight soundtrack. lay down in the bath. These are the days, these are the days, these are the days of girlhood. These are the days, these are the days, these are the days of girlhood. Every day, every night, rise or shine, they're all mine. Thick or thin, I'll be alright. Got my dolls by my side. These are the days, these are the days, these are the days of girlhood.
Oh shit, it's over. Holy God.
Friday,
Dude,
getting down on Friday.
Exactly. I'm like, dude, Friday was like a Grammy hit compared to that shit. It's Friday. But your beat was way off, and your tone
I'm wondering who he hired to sing it, because that's definitely not him singing.
It is. It's him singing, but it's auto-tune.
I was gonna say.
It's auto-tuned as shit. He might as well be in a glass jar under the sea, man. It's bad. And I'm just like listening to that. I'm just, okay, bro, you're a guy.
Yeah.
You don't know shit about girlhood. First of all, I don't think there's any woman on the planet who calls it girlhood.
No. Here's another thought. If you're gonna get a boob job,
Oh yeah.
why did you get like negative A's?
Why did you get grandma boobies? Those things were
Yeah.
saggy.
Dude, there were no boobs. He's flat as a freaking 6-year-old. My God, there's nothing there. If you're gonna get boobs, get boobs. My God, they're not there. Which means he didn't go fully with the old surgery thing. I don't think he went through with it.
Well, listen, this is the thing. This is the guy that said he was heterosexual, then he's a lesbian, now he's gay. This is what psychosis looks like, folks. You're fucking crazy. If you think that you understand because you wear a dress and put on some makeup and throw on a freaking $400 wig, and then some nice wigs. That's some nice hair. I'm not going to lie. I was watching that video. I'm like, that's some good looking hair. Just saying. Everything else is a little weak, but like from the neck up, Dylan Mulvaney makes a good looking chick, but that doesn't make you a woman. It doesn't make you a girl. Okay. This is the best way that I can give it to you. If you ever watch the movie Weird Science, from my heart and from my hands, why don't people understand my intention? Weird Science. That song? Have you seen the movie?
I have not.
What? With Kelly LeBrock and Farmer Ted from 16 Candles? Oh my Lord. Farmer Ted, 16 Candles, man. Anthony Michael Hall.
Who's Farmer Ted?
Anthony Michael Hall.
Oh.
How have you not seen?
How am I supposed to know that? I don't know who Farmer Ted is.
I wonder if Dylan Mulvaney's available. Okay. You haven't seen
Wait,
Weird.
what day is it? It's Thursday. She's doing the walk of shame right now.
Right, because Friday she'll have to pick which seat she takes. It's Friday, getting down on Friday, getting ready for the weekend. Which seat shall I take? Oh, the complexities of being a teenager, trying to figure out which seat you're going to take. Weird Science. You know who Kelly LeBrock is, right? Steven Seagal's ex-wife, Kelly LeBrock, Maybelline model, Lady in Red. Lady in Red, she's dancing with... No? God, you're young.
I'm not that young.
Why do you have to be so young?
Not that young.
You don't know who Kelly LeBrock is?
No.
Oh, God. I'm
not that young.
I'm not that drunk.
I'm not that young.
Not that drunk. Hey, blame it. Okay. This is a good show. I missed you.
I know you did.
I love being. Everyone's like, he's so mean to her. No. It's
I wasn't home like at all yesterday. I left for work at like 7:45 and I get back to like 10:15. It was a long day.
Kelly LeBrock. My God, can I just have a minute? Can we turn off the lights? Can you talk real slow? Okay. So Kelly LeBrock, Weird Science. Here is the famous picture, which every boy had on his wall. And I did. Kelly LeBrock.
Does not ring a bell.
It's okay. I
She's
remember.
got a nice body, though.
Yeah.
I would be totally cool looking like that.
That's not what you were going to say. You said you were going to throw her in the middle.
No, I was going to say, I would totally like,
She's,
I would like to have that
listen,
body.
she was Angelina Jolie before Angelina Jolie, because look at her face. And she had the big, beautiful lips like Angelina Jolie. And she could honestly pull off Angelina Jolie. She was beautiful. Now, Weird Science, let's get to the point. Weird Science was a movie where two lonely nerds who are complete geeks. I know that's redundant, but there's a difference between a nerd and a geek. A nerd is like into comic books and pop culture. A geek is like a computer dork and loves calculus and plays chess on the weekends. Okay, that's a fucking geek. Nerds can still be kind of cool. Geeks, no, geeks are never cool. So they are nerd geeks, and they have these supercomputers, and they're so what they do is that they want to make these guys jealous. There's these two girls they love at school, but they can't. They get pantsed in front of all the jocks. So they decide to go ahead and build their own woman Frankenstein style. And they get a Barbie doll and they hook it up to a car battery, and they wait for a lightning storm, and they put bras on their heads, and they go ahead and put into the computer. They tear up magazines, put in Lips, put in Playboy, Penthouse, and they put all these, the greatest breasts, the greatest butt, the dream woman into the thing, you know? And they'll put like Julia Child's cookbook stuff in there, so she's a great cook, and they build this amazing woman. And then it actually works, and Kelly LeBrock is their sex slave. Now, this is in every single boy's dream, trust me, because when I saw this movie, I was like, I was like, just yes, Mom, Dad, can I watch this? They're like, no, and I'm like, please, God, let me watch it. So I would get up at like 2 o'clock in the morning when my parents were sleeping. I'd go watch this movie, because this is every boy's dream, to have a woman in just in the middle of pubescence to be able to, yes. So it was exciting. Great movie. But in the end, the moral dilemma is it's just not real. And although the sex is great and having her around and she's perfect, there's something synthetic about it. There's something just fake. And no matter how much they try to program her to be the person they want, they can't, because it's artificial. This is Dylan Mulvaney without all those good things. Dylan Mulvaney, no matter how hard it tries, will always be fake. He'll never be good enough to be a man, and he will never be a woman. And this is why this person I don't even feel sick. I'm not mad. I have empathy for this person. Like, I feel horribly bad for him, and hope to God that there's just somebody out there that can make it happy, and he can stop embarrassing himself to this level, because it's obnoxious. There's my story. Liv, how about you? But what do you think of Dylan Mulvaney?
He's nuts. But that is not girl problems right there. That might be like Beverly Hills 90210 girl problems, but that's not real world girl problems at all.
No.
Oh, no. And he can't be a girl, because girl problems are freaking, it's that time of the month. I'm cramping. I'm bloated. I really want some chocolate, but we don't have any in the house. And a boy I really, really like, but my best friend likes him too. And who's he gonna pick?
This sounds horrible.
Being a girl sucks. It really, really does. It really does. We could probably get Hayden up here, and she could tell you, because she's going through this phase, and going through puberty as a girl. No, it's not fun.
So
at all.
if you had Dylan Mulvaney here, and you were able to have a conversation with the man of the year, what would you say? If you type in Dylan Mulvaney in Twitter right now, we're trending in the Mulvaney thread. Just want to let you know. If you type in Mulvaney, we're #1 on the hit box, which is kind of cool. It just means that nobody's doing anything with Mulvaney right now, but it doesn't matter. Real quick, we just got a notification, and I want to. Oh my God. I've been told I can't disclose this, but I will just say thank you very much for the donation. It is incredible, and thank you. That's all I'll say. What would you say if Dylan was sitting here? And I mean, what type of conversation would you have? Would it be combative? Would it be kind and kind of like, okay, this is Dylan Mulvaney, they're sitting across from me? I mean, really, it's not just the answer that you think you should say, but how would you be? Would you be pissed off, or would you be kind of nice and just be like, I have some questions. I'm interested to know from a lady's perspective, what would you do?
That's the first thing
You would
do.
slap him?
No, probably not.
I'd have to kick his ass. I think you could beat the shit out of him.
Probably.
No, seriously, is that what you would do? And that's okay if it is.
I don't know. I would really want to know, and I would want him to be honest. Is this truly who he feels he is and thinks he is, or is this for the money because you couldn't hack it as an actor?
I think
as
that's
a male.
I think that's
that's the one thing I want to know. And then the next thing I want to know is, regardless, okay, so I'm pretty sure I already know the real answer is you couldn't hack it as the male actor, so you did the female part thinking that that's going to make you famous, which unfortunately it did. I would like to ask him, why do you think that you get to portray a female? Because you're not. No matter how many things of makeup you put on and how big your hair is and how many non-existent bra commercials that you do and all this and pretend to be a little girl in a hotel room. How can you portray being a girl when you're not? And you have these little girls who are on YouTube and TikTok, because that is a teenager's life. TikTok and YouTube, and that's what they do. And they find their heroes on YouTube and TikTok now. And you've got little girls who are looking up to you, thinking that you're an actual female because they're too young and immature to understand the difference.
Yeah.
And they're looking up to you, and you're their role model for being a female. And you're not a fucking female.
Wow. I don't think if Dylan Mulvaney was sitting here, I would interview him like I'd interview anybody. I'd have some questions.
I would have questions.
I would be intrigued. Like, I would really want to like get down to brass tacks and have some conversations and just say, dude, what was it that made you hate yourself? And I guess my first question to Dylan Mulvaney would just be simply this: if you can't accept who you are, how do you expect others to accept who you are? If you even struggle with it, how are we supposed to embrace who you are when we know what you aren't? You may not know who you are at all, but we know what you aren't. You're not a woman. You're a guy. And I don't know if Dylan Mulvaney will be like, fuck you, bitch, because I don't know if he would.
Maybe if I sit on the ground on my knees and hold his hand,
yes.
Like Drew Barrymore.
Yes,
Oh
Drew
my God,
Barrymore.
I'm
Oh my
sitting
God.
on the floor.
Like, I've been waiting for you, and I want to
Maybe
pet
he'll
you and
open up
touch
to
you
me.
like a Liz. Oh my God, that shit was
Maybe
weird.
he'll open up.
God, she was so good in Santa Claria's Diet, but man, that chick is wacko. Here, this will make your day. Another video from Dylan that.
Seriously?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not going to make my... Okay, I need
Just
to go.
we-
I got a big bag of chocolate
Here we
for my
go.
birthday
Can we
from
play
work.
it?
I'm going to go get some.
You're taken away from the show. Can we play this thing?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Today wasn't supposed to be a crying day. Why do
Oh, I forgot.
You got to go to the other internet.
It's so stupid. Why they do this?
Today wasn't supposed to be a crying
Yeah, we know. Just shut up, Dylan. Nobody cares, but we're gonna watch it anyway. All right, here it is. Gotta wait for Chrome to load. Here we go. All right. Okay, here it is. Merry Christmas.
Today wasn't supposed to be a crying day. Why do I always feel like crying? Why do I always feel like crying? Don't do it, Dylan. Don't you dare. No! I feel a little better.
I have a theory. Could it be unresolved mental illness?
I'll tell you.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
I told you he's fucking crazy.
What?
It's just crazy. And you know what? Can I just be honest? I don't care that Dylan Mulvaney wants to be a woman. Good for him. Honestly, he is a scrawny looking little dipshit as a guy, and he pulls off woman better. Just shut up and do it. Who cares? I just don't understand why we have to take part in your psychosis.
Yep.
But it is like watching a train wreck. I'm not gonna lie. Like when his
Very
video,
entertaining
when his
train wreck.
yeah, when his videos come out, I'm like, oh, I gotta watch them. So I understand. It's like the Howard Stern reference. Howard Stern's the motherfucking Antichrist. I mean, when that movie, he's like, the new ratings came out. He's like, oh, he's like, Howard Stern went up 4 points with his listeners. He went up 4 points? How is that possible? And he's like, well, the people who hate him, he went up 7 points. If they hate him, why do they listen to him? And like he was like, well, the first one was his listeners who like him. I just can't wait to see what he says next. And the people who hate him also said, I just can't wait to see what he says next. And that was Howard Stern, and still is. And people engage with him. And this is why some of my haters are my biggest fans. Like, some of my haters have made me successful because they hate me more than my followers actually like me. And that's fine. I love my haters. That's why I always invite them into the circle. But honestly, my own reflection is I'm keeping Dylan Mulvaney alive. People like Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro, we play his stuff and we keep him alive because the hatred from him on the right is just as much as the mocking tones on the left. Because do you really think people on the left believe that he's a woman? They don't believe this. They just do it because it drives Republicans crazy. That's why they do it. So.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, I would just love to hook up that thing that they hooked up to me to replicate childbirth and just put that sucker up to 10 and watch him shat himself and literally turn inside out and just poof.
Any guy who thinks he wants to be a woman needs to do it. And the excuse of, well, not every woman has babies. Okay, well then just put it for cramps. Because I've had some cramps that are pretty bad.
I can't stand that. Some women don't have babies. So you're admitting that it's a baby. What do you mean? Well, if a woman can have something in her stomach immediately during conception, then it's a baby. Here's the funny thing. Watch this argument. I heard this with Tim Pool, and I thought it was fantastic. He was talking to a Democrat. Be a Democrat for me, okay? Amy did this really well last night, so don't you dare screw it up. Says to this Democrat's like, so you believe that in Colorado and in Maine, I think it is, they have up to 9 months abortion. You think that's okay?
Yes.
Yes, you say yes. Good girl. So yes, you do. Okay, great. So let me ask you a question. What about a mother who's pregnant? At any stage, do you think she should be able to smoke meth?
No.
Right. Why?
Because it can hurt the baby.
Ding, ding, ding. And Tim Pool laid this out masterfully. And this guy's just like, fuck. Just in front of hundreds of thousands of people, he just completely destroyed this argument. And it's such a good point. Because when you take away the emotional argument, people know that smoking methamphetamine is not a good thing for a baby. And their real altruistic nature comes out, their real truth, who they really are underneath. Not this person who's just trying to advocate to murder babies at random. When it takes away the abortion element, they are completely against it. And then you could do this with veal. You could do this with quail. You could do this with animals and say, do you think we should slaughter and kill calves? No. Do you think you should go and run retroactive abortions on cows? No, they're precious and they're animal. Like, right, but a human life, you have no problem. So it's amazing that when you use terms that people can take away the emotional element, their conscience kicks in. But when it comes to abortion, people just will not listen to anything rational. And the same thing's true with Second Amendment. I hate to say it. It's absolutely true. It's the same way. Cheryl, thank you for your order. I appreciate it. We're going to get that put out right away. Let's Take America Back shirt will be on its way. Thank you so much. So it's an amazing thing, Liv, when you actually just think about it. is when you take away the emotion out of it and you take away all the fallacy arguments, you can make a point. And maybe that's what we need to do is we need to circumvent their intelligence. We need to go around them like Kirk Cameron or something.
If we're going to Kirk Cameron it, that's just going to
That
be
is
the
the new saying. Well, you have to circumnavigate around their intelligence. Anyway, next slide, Clyde. Here it is. The new Democratic strategy. I kind of told y'all what was going to happen, that Joe Biden was going to run. And he's still, now people are like, he's going to be gone in the summer. No, he's not. I told you once he hit the 9-month mark, it's over. The 12-month mark is, you can't run a presidential election in a year. Not anymore. There's too much money. You can't possibly spend that much money on advertising. You can't permeate and saturate the general public in enough time. There's not enough radio. There's not enough airtime. It's impossible. I'm sorry. Not in today's world. You can't even buy enough Facebook ads. If you spend $1.5 billion, do you know how hard that is to spend in 9 months in advertising without a Super Bowl or an Olympics to go ahead and attach onto? Come on, give me a break. He's going to run. He's running. It's over. That's it. It's Joe Biden. By the way, he did not get a bump for the State of the Union. He's one of the only presidents in modern history not to get a bump on the State of the Union. He got no bump. Zero, flat, zilch, nada. Remember all these people? Greatest State of the Union ever, man. 72 million people watched it. Bullshit. Nobody watched it. The only people who watched it were the ones who couldn't get up because they're too old to change the TV, or people like me who displayed it for you. What was that?
The cat.
What do you want? Come here. Come here. Oh, cat, you're just...
She's coming to me.
I just want to skin you and make a rug out of you.
She likes me better than you.
Oh, bummer. The kids on the short bus like you better too. That doesn't mean anything. She's a short bus cat.
She is.
So
she is.
To tell you what the Democrats are now going, it's kind of like tea leaves for me. It's like reading the bones, reading the newspaper. This is so easy. And when I tell you this, you're gonna be like, I didn't think of that. I think a lot of, if you're honest, if you're Carrie's like, I had this, I wrote a book about it today. Right, Carrie? Love, just love. But the Democratic strategy has moved on from poopy pants Trump and that he's old and he's going to go to jail because these court cases are just getting blown apart. I mean, it's just fallen by the wayside. They're extending the Bragg case now because he's not ready. There's 100,000 pages of information that they didn't release. New York state law is that you have to release the stuff 15 days once discovery begins. He has a mistrial and a dismissal just waiting to happen. This is such a shit show. These people are just shills. They realize they're no good fucking DAs. They're no good attorney generals. They suck. They're never going to go anywhere. They can't prosecute real crime. And so they're putting their careers on hiatus, knowing that they're going to get a book deal and they're going to Michael Avenatti this shit to death, and then it's going to go nowhere. Because just like Trump can't skirt crime, they can't make up crime either. So where are they going now? Because political assassination is still quite a ways off. Want to say thank you to... Hold on. I got to get permission because I don't want to say anything that I'm not supposed to. Yeah, you better. Yeah. Yeah, Glenn, that was smart. I was just going to take you as not being a mod for that comment, but now I got to be nice to you. Glenn, thank you. 3655, appreciate it. That helps keep the lights on. And you get to be a mod for another day. We'll see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So anything could possibly happen, especially with those Eddie Munster comments. So here's what they're going to do. It's pretty simple. Olivia, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What have you heard from the liberals about Donald Trump's presidency from the years 2016 up until 2020? 2017 to 2020, because he didn't take office until 17. So his first 3 years, have you heard them campaign against that? Have they shut him down? Have they went and ridiculed him? Anything at all compared to Joe Biden? Have you seen anything from the Democrats on this?
Well, first 3 years, it was Russia, Russia, Russia.
No. Have you seen the Democrats run against his first 3 years? Or are they running against COVID years?
To be honest, I don't think I've seen any of the commercials or anything.
Okay.
I would assume it's just COVID.
It is just, because those are the worst numbers. So why didn't they hit him on his first 3 years?
If they say it's so bad, if the economy was awful. And
Why
blah,
have
blah,
they
blah,
not
blah,
hit him
blah.
on those first 3 years, Liv?
Because it wasn't, and they probably appreciated it.
No, they didn't. They don't appreciate anything. It's that it was record setting. Whether it's from jobs rate, whether it's overall GDP growth, whether it's over domestic trade or foreign trade, whether it's each single demographic, race, color, creed, sexuality, all profited, whether it was the tax catch, which actually increased lowered taxes for every single 16 brackets that are available in the tax code, and everybody got a break. Yes, these uber rich got a break too, but everybody got a break. It doesn't matter. Donald Trump was successful. Record stock market, renegotiated USMCA, Middle East peace talks, energy independence. North Korea stopped firing off rockets. Iran had sanctions against it and stopped attacking the United States. Called a ceasefire with the Taliban and saved American soldiers in Afghanistan for 1 year. No American deaths. First time in 21 years that hadn't happened. Donald Trump was successful those first 3 years. So why are they doing it now? Why on March 14th are we hearing this? And now I want you to come on, folks, come with me. Because this is why you watch this show, for these moments where you're like, fuck, I didn't think of that. Today is the day that will live in infamy. Is the day that the Democrats are now saying, are you better off than you were 4 years ago?
I know why.
You do, and I do now, because I told you why, and you can put two together. But I'm going to show you, why is March 14th the day that they asked the question, you better off than you were 4 years ago? Why is it now? Why today? And now you'll understand how Democrats think, because I'm about to show you. Listen to this.
Breaking news tonight, President Trump declaring the coronavirus a national emergency.
A national emergency. Two very big words.
Look at those dates. Look at those dates. Look at those
Number of
dates.
cases in the U.S. rising to near 2,000. At least 41 deaths. All schools closing in a growing number of states. Millions of students impacted. Houses of worship suspending services. Landmarks, theme parks, sporting events, and concerts shutting down.
We don't want people to take a test if we feel that they shouldn't be doing it. 1.4 million tests on board next week. And 5 million within a month. I doubt we'll need anywhere near that.
The testing crisis, drive-through stations overflowing. President Trump vowing to boost testing and saying he takes no responsibility for widespread delays.
Dr. Fauci said earlier this week that the lag in testing was, in fact, a failing. Do you take responsibility for that?
Yeah, no, I don't take responsibility at all.
The chaos at grocery store lines where they stretch out the door, shelves cleared out.
At this New York grocery store, customers stood for 2 hours to check out. Aisles usually chock full of toilet paper, paper towels, cold medicine, even pasta, now lay bare with nothing left.
I showed up today and it's just chaos.
These guys are selling a lot of toilet paper. I don't know. There seems to, Tony, do you need to give some guidance that toilet paper is not an effective protection against getting the coronavirus?
Hospitals bracing for a possible surge in patients, already reporting shortages of masks and protective clothing. Will there be enough beds?
You said that you don't take responsibility, but you did disband the White House Pandemic Office. The officials that worked in that office said that the White House lost valuable time because that office wasn't disbanded. What do you make of that?
Well, I just think it's a nasty question. Some of the doctors say it will wash through, it will flow through, in interesting terms, and very accurate. I think you're going to find in a number of weeks it's going to be a very accurate term.
Nervous, scared, confused, not really sure what's going on.
Or worse, it could get worse.
That was March 13th, 2020. 1 day. So how about it? You better off than you were 4 years ago?
God, I will tell you this. I am so good at this fucking job. And when are people going to get this stuff to go viral? Because listen, ain't bragging if it's true, folks. I have been saying this. They have marked this on the calendar because they couldn't say it for 3 years. Isn't that right, Liv? For 3 years, they have not been able to say the following: hey, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? Now they can finally say it because COVID is here. It is now annualized. It is time to politicize COVID yet once again and take it off the shelf and reapply it and remind you about all your families dying and your friends dying and you going bankrupt and losing your jobs and having to close businesses that have been open for 120 years and not having any toilet paper, not be able to get a haircut, not be able to go to church, not be able to buy alcohol, not be able to buy anything without being ridiculed and stabbed and jabbed and having to sit up and stand down and 6 feet apart and wash your hands 75 times a day so you look like frickin' Hillary Clinton's lizard skin. Oh yes, the days of March 14th, 2020 are here, folks. And let all regale that the Democrats are now going to run this all the way till November and ask you the question that they can finally ask with a straight fucking face. Are you better off than you were 4 years ago? Because we most certainly were up until this day, you Pygmalion bastards. Liv? Doesn't that piss you off?
Yes.
And isn't that so frickin', it's so, I just knew it, man. And every one of them, all the Twitter profiles, all the stations, they're all running with this. Are you better off than you were 4 years ago? You better off than you were 4 years ago? I mean, it's just like, it's like a fucking echo chamber. It's like crickets. Everybody's, I'm sorry, I'm fired up. I don't mean to be cussing, but this is what all the stations are doing. And it's so blatantly obvious. It would have been so much easier to say, this is the 4th anniversary of when Donald Trump did not handle COVID properly. Fine, you want to say that? That's great. But what you don't get to do is go ahead and then say, hey, with people who have the mental faculties and memory of a slug, go ahead and sit there and go, we better off than you were 4 years ago. You know what people are going to say? Of course I was. Because I've been saying for 3 years, yes, we were. Our taxes were lower. This is what they're going to say, no, you weren't. You didn't have any toilet paper. Your mother died and you couldn't see her. Don't you remember? Whose fault is that? And by the time that we can hold Joe Biden accountable for more deaths and more screw-ups and his empty coffers and PPP and the PPP loans and all of the freaking sanitization and rebreathers and gear and PPE gear that we were supposed to have, all of those things that were empty that Donald Trump took over won't matter because Joe Biden took it over and he got us the great recovery that's taken 3.5 years and 3 years and we're still not anywhere close to where we need to be. As a voter, as a female voter, how does it make you feel?
I don't think being female has anything to do with it.
Yes, it does, because you're a demographic that's going to vote and you're going to make a decision. Because there's only two choices, man or woman, and you can break it down any way you want, but those are the only two demographics that matter. And I know what a lot of guys are thinking. I want to know what a woman's perspective is on this. Do you appreciate this? Does this bother you?
Yeah, it bothers me.
All right, well then
No,
stop being
I don't.
stop being offended and tell me why.
I'm not offended.
Yeah, you are. You just played the woman card. I don't think me having a vagina has anything to do with
That's
it.
not how I was reacting.
That's
I was
exactly
just
what
like,
you think. I get my tea and. How dare you?
I'm being mean. I'm gonna go cry in the bathroom
Oh
now.
God! You're gonna pop some pills and try to figure out which seat you're gonna take. No, seriously. As a woman, it does matter because you're the one that had to go shopping. You're the one that couldn't get toilet paper. You were the one that had to go stand in line. I had a full-time job. When you think back on those days, how does that make you feel that the Democrats are playing at people, at tragedy, at loss, and using it as a political talking point?
I think it's bullshit, but it doesn't surprise me because they do it with everything. This is not the first time they've taken something that's horrible and used it for their advantage and to their advantage to gain popularity, gain votes, whatever. It's not their first time, and it doesn't surprise me one bit.
Do you think people will see through this?
I hope. I really, really hope. I wish they will, but most are not. Especially anyone who's left-leaning, anyone who's not on the fence and not right in the middle. No, they're not. They're not going to see through it. They're just going to be like, oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
See, and I think even Republicans, instead of them saying, wait a second, stop this. You're annualizing COVID. That's what this. You haven't said this shit for 3 years. Why today? I think they'll start defending it, and they'll say, "No, he was. This is," and they'll say, "No, it wasn't. You didn't have any toilet paper." Blah blah. Look up the date, and then they're like, "Owned," and you're like, "You're such a petulant little turd." These liberals, they only play for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
These people have no idea how to play chess. They don't do that. They control the news cycle. And that is the one thing that we have to be careful when it comes to TikTok. Is we have to be really careful, because if we ban and give government access to ban TikTok, even though I'm not a fan of TikTok, no one asked me last night. I don't think it should be banned. I think it's government overreach. We trusted them with the Patriot Act. Remember how that went? We trust our government way too much. And if we believe that they are not going to censor Twitter and not give Mark Zuckerberg the keys in order to manipulate elections, you're insane. Because the one thing that Elon Musk, no matter how shit Twitter is, and it's a pile of shit. I mean, there's porn on there today.
Are you serious?
Oh God, there's porn all over it. It's everywhere.
Wow,
I mean,
he's not doing a very good job.
I'm
cleaning it
talking
up.
full-fledged porn, like sex, just everywhere over Twitter. It's everywhere. And what happened is there was a girl, a full-figured model, and it said, and she was wide in the hips. I mean, wide. I mean, like, if this is the body, she's out to here. Beautiful. And I was like, well, that could be a story we could put on there. Get Olivia, see what she thinks. Maybe Amy, see what she thinks. Because she was a supermodel. And I clicked on it, and then there was some guy just railing a chick. And I'm like, what the And then now my entire feed has it in there. So Liv, by the way, if you go into my feed, I'm not surfing porn. The whole point is it's dog shit, but it's our dog shit. And he's on our side. And they are not going to be able to stop 700 million people from spreading the truth anymore. And that's where we have to go ahead and figure this out. We can't allow TikTok to be shut down by the government. Now, can they make some rules and regulation that has to ensure that American-based company, it has to be an American-based company? Sure. But if you ban it and shut it down, it's no good. So now there's billionaires who want to buy this thing. There's people all over the country who are ready to buy it. And it's going to be interesting what happens. But I don't trust the U.S. government to shut this down and not do this to other networks, including Facebook. I mean, because Facebook's my biggest channel. And Zuck and I don't have a lot of, except for my stars program, which, by the way, if you want to donate, go to, you can't do it here because I don't have stars. Even though some of the dumbest channels who have like one viewer has stars, I have got almost 200,000 followers and I don't have stars. It just baffles me. Anyway, let's get to the last topic.
Okay, I have to go take my contacts out. I can't see.
Well, it's going to be kind of hard to do the next topic.
Well, I put my glasses on, but my allergies, it's like I got sandpaper in them. I can't see anymore. I got to go.
Do you want me to turn off the fan?
No, it has nothing to do with it. It's allergies. They've been driving me nuts all day.
Do you want me to pee on your eye?
Oh, sure.
Can we do something?
I'll be right back.
So I guess I can do the commercial.
Yeah.
All right, don't you people leave. We got a bunch of people on. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to do the commercial. It's not fair that I work so hard on this commercial and you guys we lose 10 people. Stop it. Just watch the damn thing. We'll be right back in a minute and a half. Go pee or something.
Adjusting transmitter.
No, that's the wrong one. Hey, what's going on, Donut Friendly Nation? Matthew Spear from the Donut Friendly Podcast. It's interesting. I've had these books for, 3 years now, and I've got, 3 independent books of the Declaration, the Bill of Rights, and the Constitution of the United States that I inherited from my mother, leather-bound. Charlie, I'll answer that question when I get back. Older books, 1935, 1937, something to that effect. I'll show them on the show, but people see me reference these nightly on the show. And the interesting thing is I've never really put 2 and 2 together. We have a website, and someone asked last night, hey, how the heck do I get those books? Where do I get those books? And it dawned on me that I should provide these. So they are now on sale. They're beautiful books. They're leatherette books. They're hardback, which is nice. They don't have a dust cover or anything. I've used these, like I said, ad nauseum, and they hold up and they stand the test of time. They've got pictures of the framers, founders, inside the books, they make references with different colors to kind of explain things in a little bit of a simpler way or give some context. But these books, word for word, are the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, and the Declaration of Independence. They are absolutely stunning. You get each book individually for $15.99 over at thedumbshow.com. We also have a bundle over there where you can save $5 on all three for $44.99. And last but not least, the pictures you've just been looking at and the video is the Documents of Freedom, custom made by PFC Flags, comes in an amazing, beautiful, decorative box for $64.99. Stop by thedumbshow.com and take a look. They're available right now. Well, that wasn't too bad. We only lost a couple. My gosh. We'll put her camera back when she comes back. Someone said, how do you get the CCP, Chinese Communist Party, from running TikTok and influencing TikTok? It's the same way we did with highway phones from China. HUWAEI, whatever the hell. Highway, whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm not Chinese. I haven't worked with Mandarin in 25 years. And trust me, that is not like riding a bike. It is you put restrictions on their capability to do business in the United States. And the IP is not allowed. Just like those phones. I mean, Apple doesn't ship phones to Iran. And there's plenty of countries that Apple doesn't ship to because of regulation, and that those countries are on a blacklist. This isn't the first time that you blackball a company from being able to do business in the United States. It happens. A lot of Chinese product isn't allowed to be sold over here because of IP manipulation and theft. And China does a lot of it. They take intellectual property from a lot of people and replicate it for cheaper with slave labor and make a killing. And these are the things that they would have to do, is to stop the ability for TikTok to operate in the United States. And the only way you do that is with severe penalty. And you do the same thing with China dumping steel in the United States, poor, shitty steel. And the reason why you do that is eventually you make it not cost effective to dump their steel here, and it's just better to either provide higher quality steel or not produce it at all. It's the same way. That's not true, Lee. You're wrong. See, this is the problem, is people don't research things. They just say things. And because they hear it on the internet, they assume it's true. People say, it's not a Chinese company here in the United States. It's a different version. That's not the argument. The argument is that the company, the apparent company, has a written clause that if China requests information in any amount, the company has to distribute it to China. That control of overall algorithms and collection is still done by China. It is simply a proxy for China. So you can't sit here and say that it's not a Chinese company when all intents and purposes it is. That's like saying Beats by Dre isn't Apple just because it's called Beats by Dre. It is Apple. And although it has a separate budget and a separate tax code and a separate name and a separate proprietorship, it's still Apple, y'all. So that company has to give, ByteDance has to give that same information that China would have control because they have operational control of ByteDance. And they're hired by a non-American entity. And the rules of conduct of their businesses and their trade practices are under Chinese rule, not the United States. That's the problem, y'all. So stop listening to these bureaucratic dicks. Rand Paul, I can name, I'm not ready to do this because I was going to do an article on it. There are 5 politicians that I can name right now who spoke out against it yesterday, and all of them are getting money and kickbacks from ByteDance and other special interest groups who are proprietors and stockholders of TikTok, who are American investors who are giving money to elected representatives, including, I'm not going to say it yet. I've already got the 5. I'm trying to find 2 more. And yes, one of them is Rand Paul, who have taken money from these companies. And that's why their tune is changing. And if you think that Donald Trump wasn't pushing this, he was. He wanted to ban TikTok. He even said he was going to ban TikTok. Now he doesn't want to ban TikTok? Well, the reason why he doesn't want to ban TikTok is he's done the polls on it, he's done the numbers, and he will get destroyed in the female vote and the youth vote even more, and he can't do that. He has to be careful. Do I believe that Donald Trump, if he gets into office, will ban TikTok in a New York minute? Absolutely, he will. Yeah, and if you go read the terms and condition for TikTok, all 172 some odd freaking pages of it, it's all in there. Joe Rogan did a show on this. So this is what I'm trying to talk about. All right. Alex Stein 99 is a complete... How many people do I got on?
Beep.
He's a fucker. Nice beep, Liv. Good job, sweetie.
Try.
God, you look good in your glasses right now. You look very, very pretty.
I
Very
try.
Lisa Loeb. You say, I only hear what I want to. You say, I say so all the time. So.
You know, she's playing in Ocean City.
She has one good song, 2 good songs. The other one is like, blah, 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 I met you. And then the rest is shit. The rest of her stuff sucks. She has 2 good songs. And like Stay is one of my favorite songs on the planet. I love that song. I could listen to that song anytime. Every time I'm thought, it's just like, I'm Dylan Mulvaney. I just want to run around and like spring flowers and wear wigs and shit. I love that song. But I would not go see Lisa Loeb in concert. I'd rather go listen to Chumbawamba. I get knocked down. I get up again. Whatever the fuck they're called. I think it's what was that song? Steal My Sunshine. Steal My Sunshine.
Yeah, that one.
Steal My Sunshine. Greatest radio ever. We're in Wyoming and we're coming home from Applebee's. And Olivia got off at Village Inn. I got off at Applebee's. And we're driving home. And all of a sudden they're like, ladies and gentlemen, the new band, Steal My Sunshine, is coming out. And they're touring with Kiss. And, you know, whatever. And the DJ's like, oh, wow. This band, do you think they're going to play their number 1 hit, Steal My Sunshine? I wonder, Bob, do you think so? It's like, I don't know, man. They've got such a wicked set list to produce. I mean, give me a break, dude. It's just one song. Give me a break. Okay, seriously, stop screwing around. Olivia looks more like Tina Fey. I'd have to have her go get in a fight with my dog.
Oh, that's horrible.
What? She's got a giant scar.
Yes, I know.
She looks like a half-committed Joker. Like, just, I'm not going to do the other side. Tina Fey's smoking hot. You know that. Scar and all. I don't care. I like a woman with dagger tattoos and scars. I just thought it was a little funny. You don't look like Tina Fey. You.
I've never been told that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do the math. Hold on. Tina Fey's a smoke show, and so is Lisa Loeb. So I'm cool with either. Let's see. Tina Fey. Glasses. No.
I don't look anything like her. No.
She's a good looking woman though. She's got the eyebrows like you do. She's got eyebrows like you though. And I gotta say the scar plays, dude. It kind of plays. But then you got Lisa Loeb. Hold on. You say. They actually have Lisa Loeb's glasses for sale. That's hilarious. Lisa Loeb glasses are for sale. You can buy her glasses. Where is she on Stay? Let's see. See, I think you look more like Lisa Loeb because she looks like Sandra Bullock.
I was gonna say that the picture didn't look like her because
but yeah, see, Lisa Loeb's a smoke show. Lisa Loeb, like that right there would be my dream triple decker sandwich right here. Just
what? No Gal Gadot, no Sandra Bullock, no.
I got
Natalie Portman.
Sure, but these are the 3 on screen right now. You, Tina Fey, and Lisa Loeb. That would be a foursome that I would tee off on for sure. for Lisa Loeb's hot. Was hot. Not so much. Tina Fey's still hot. All right, so now can we do this? Can we stop screwing around?
I wasn't the one screwing
Seriously,
around.
can you stop screwing around? You remember Alex Stein 99? You remember this dickhead that went after the Democrat young girl and asked if she had an OnlyFans and all that and was really rude to her?
Oh, yes.
Does everyone remember that show? Okay.
Yes.
Well, remember what Amy said. Amy's like, there is no, and then he did his apology. Does everyone remember this?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to show you the apology. And then I'm going to show you, there's porn on my Twitter page. Son of a, Liv, I'm not surfing titties, I swear. This is just.
At this point in our relationship, whatever.
Oh, really? Oh, sweet. Then it was me. Wasn't me. It wasn't me. Okay, so here's Alex Stein's sincere apology. His son of a motherless. Got to stop putting this in Safari. Come on, Matt. Just be better. Just better, dude. I mean, not even great, just better.
Come on. What's wrong with you?
Be better. All right, here it is. Okay. And boom. And here we are.
To all the people that I let down, to the network and my colleagues that I let down with my actions last Thursday at the Nikki Haley event, I do sincerely want to tell you I'm sorry. And all I can tell you is that I am flawed. I am going to make mistakes. And that I can just promise you in the future, I'm going to do better. And is there going to be a mistake? Is there something bad that's going to happen again? Probably. Is it going to be this bad? I hope and pray not. But for the people's feelings that really were hurt, they say don't apologize, but guess what? I don't care. I'm sorry. I'll do whatever I want.
Hey, is Carrie Ripley Chav? Anybody want to let me know? Is that Chav? Somebody let me know. Amy, Glenn, one of y'all, let me know. Thanks.
I'll call you this, I'll call you that. But when I'm wrong, I'll admit that too. And I was wrong, and I'm sorry to the people that were mad. To all the people that I...
All right, so there's the apology. Now what he did is he went to... he had a woman who was a Democrat, who he just completely lambasted, stalked, ridiculed, laughed at, made fun of her, said she had OnlyFans account. I mean, just rude. Rude. Carrie Ripley. If you're not Chev, you might want to say it now. But this is the guy. So he came out and apologized because everyone gave him a rash of shit. I mean, even Republicans were like, dude, you've gone too far. It's like, we've gone too far. We've gone too far.
No.
Action. Get down. More action. Get down again. Go ahead.
No, Kay Ripley is Chef Lady on YouTube.
Okay, that's probably a good thing. Yeah, because if okay, good. Thank you, Carrie. Because if we see Chav again, punt him.
Is it just me? Am I starting to see things, or is there like a double, like?
Your eyes are screwed up, honey. It's fine.
It's looking a little weird right now.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. So remember this douche plow. It's been 3 weeks. And I'm so sorry. I'm going to do better. Well, you didn't do better. You actually did a hell of a ton worse. And trust me, I looked up these people's records, and they're complete scumbags. I don't care. You don't talk to a woman this way. Watch this.
Hey, guys. It's me, Alex Stein. I just want to say this has been a terrible meeting. I mean, it's been so boring. I just listening to all these people drone on. And let me tell you something, Jennifer. I love big booty Latinas. So I sit here and I see, yes, I love.
You are out of line.
Well, I can't say I love big booty Latinas. How do you figure that?
That
Wait,
is
how is that
first response? I'm
so my First Amendment right, I'm allowed to say I like big booty Latinas. How is that a crime? Is that because you're a big booty Latina?
That is the second time.
Wait, how is
Do
that?
you have a
No,
comment
I
to
do
make
have a
about
comment
this
about
much
technology,
time?
but you're yelling at me because I'm talking about big booty
not
Latinas.
yelling
Like,
at you. What
listen,
is the-
AOC is my favorite big booty Latina. You're my second favorite big booty Latina. So don't get all, butthurt about that. I still think you're a beautiful lady. Little thick, but I like them thick. I mean, I don't want some skinny mini girl. I want somebody that has some cushion for the pushing. You know what I mean, Jennifer? So this is the problem, is the tech here in New York City, it's absolutely ridiculous. Now my wife has got her OnlyFans on mycity.com. She's on My City showing her vagina for like $5.99 a month. And I know that you could probably make some money. Yeah, that's at My City, Jennifer. What? What's wrong? Keep it clean. Well, do you know the First Amendment? You know I'm allowed. Hey, no.
Twice already.
Do you not understand the First Amendment? I'm allowed to say whatever I want. No, you don't understand the First Amendment. Okay, then I'm allowed to say big booty Latina.
Have him run his
Big
time.
booty Latina is not a crime to say that, officer. But this guy is such a dummy. He doesn't understand. It's not a crime. I can go to a meeting. I can call him a dummy. I can call you a big booty Latina. I can call you an idiot. I can call you a mask wearer, probably 5 times vaccinated. And I know you're probably going to get my. I can say all that. I'm a pimp on a blimp. Y'all don't understand this. I've sued y'all and I've won. So I can call you a big booty Latina. I can say whatever I want.
Thank you.
Primetime 99. Yeah, y'all gonna learn the law. I'm a pimp on a blimp. Y'all think y'all can play with me? Look me up, Jennifer. Look me up. Pimp on a blimp.
I wouldn't waste the data on
Oh, you wouldn't waste it.
What an asshole.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with
My
you.
God, what is wrong with him?
Yeah.
Does he actually think that people respect him for that? My God.
No, but I'll tell you what. I will give $25,000 to any charity that he names if he fights me.
I would love to have him on the show.
I would love to have him for 5 minutes in the ring, just a sparring match. I don't even want to debate the guy because I wouldn't. That's not a debate. That is a petulant little turd who's just going to sit there and just shout you down and say just sporadic, stupid shit because he's winning in his head. But I would love to get a hold of him for 5 minutes. You don't talk to a lady like that. I don't care who she is. I don't care how much woke she is. I don't give a crap. You do not say that shit to a woman. This guy makes Republicans look bad. He's not a Christian. He's not a Republican. He is a pimp. He's a pimp.
What the hell is a pimp on a blimp anyway?
He peddles in stupidity. He is a pimp of idiocy and petulance. And the fact that he goes out and apologizes and then does that.
Does it again?
The guy's a bipolar twat, and he's just as bad as the left. He's just as bad as these absolute insincere, completely lack of morals and lack of any type of basic civility to a human being. And I don't know, man. I didn't talk that bad to CPS, who tried to take my kids from me. I didn't speak to them in that way. I didn't speak to any. I don't speak to people that way. I have never talked to a person like that. Now, I've gotten rough with people. There's no doubt, but I do not talk like that to people. And it's this guy's he's just a worthless little tick on society, and he makes his money by being a gotcha shock host. And I can't believe Blaze keeps him hired. Fuck Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck has absolutely no. He calls himself a Christian.
He's on Glenn Beck's channel.
He's on Glenn Beck's channel.
Whoa, Glenn Beck has really.
Yeah, Glenn's just as fake as he is. He sits up there and blah blah blah. I care. You're a Christian and you're allowing him to talk to women that way? Yeah, the Blaze is complete dog shit. I don't know, man. And maybe people, you're jealous. You know what? There's probably a little jealousy there. Yeah, I think there would be. That I try to hold myself to a certain decorum and a certain level with people, and I'm always consistent. I may not be the sweetest guy since sliced pumpkin bread, but I'm not the biggest jerk in the world either. And I look at this guy, and how in the hell does he have this big of a following? And the reason why is because the people, they respect this type of attitude. They believe that these people deserve this. You know what? People ask me all the time, you should run for office. Not a fucking chance. Because the first guy who comes up to me like that, I'm going to put his teeth down his throat. I don't have the patience. I don't have the restraint not to literally wrap that tie around his neck and just pummel his ass. I can't stand bullies. I can't stand him. So I don't know how you guys feel, but to me, it makes me extremely angry. No, I didn't say I'm jealous of him. I'm jealous of his audience. The fact that he can get, and Glenn Beck can get 1 million people to listen to him. And I'm like, I've defended Glenn Beck. But if you're going to have that trash on your network and you're going to endorse that garbage, nah. You know what? I wish that is not a lesbian woman. I wish her frickin' 300-pound husband would come in with 5 of his friends and come out of an Impala and have the music. Yeah, I'm being stereotypical. And beat his little white ass all the way back to wherever he came from. He needs a good Mexican ass kicking. And trust me, there's nothing like a good Mexican ass whooping. That guy, he's right up there with Stu Peters and all those guys. I can't stand those people. Can't stand them. All right. What a douche.
I would love to see him in person.
$25,000 to your charity. Fight me 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes in the ring. That's all I ask. Oh, and you know what they do? Oh, you're going to fight me? You're going to beat me up because I have an opinion? No, I'm going to beat you up because you're a complete dick. And somebody needs to teach you some manners. You obviously didn't get your ass kicked enough in high school. Somebody needs to put you in your place. Well, I'll sue you. I'll sue you. If you don't let me say anything I want to you and you don't let me go ahead and disparage your wife in front of you, I'm going to sue you. What a pussy. What a giant dingleberry. Is this a guy who's never had any courage to serve? He's never given anything of himself to anyone else. He is a complete narcissist, and he's just a loud-mouth, fat dipshit. Can't stand that guy. Have I made that clear how much I can't stand that guy?
He's at the top of the list.
He's on my list. Folks, thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me
show.
Dan Bongino's mom died this morning. That sucks.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Well, listen, I stopped listening to Glenn Beck a while ago when he'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying the world's going to end tomorrow, but you better have your will ready. I can't give you any specifics, but I've been told by credible sources that after we go off air on Friday, the weekend may not go as planned for all of you. You better come back Monday morning and find out what I can't tell you. He's such a, and here's the other thing.
Excuse me.
You're blessed. Here's the other thing. Anybody who wears a SEAL team pin, I don't care if a team member gave it to you. You don't fucking wear a team pin. I'm sorry. I've been given a jacket. I've been given a patch. I've been given a pen. I've been given coins by team guys. I've got like 12 coins back there from teams. I've got coins from the teams I worked with. I don't put a Trident on. I don't wear a Trident hat. I don't put N-Swag t-shirts on. Because I've rubbed elbows with a few of them on my show. I don't sit here and go ahead and be like, yo, man, I'm going to go ahead and talk to my boy, Eli Crane, or I'm going to talk to Latrell, or I'm going to go ahead and talk to Jay Peterson because, we're cool. So therefore, I got a coin here so I can wear a Trident. No. None of that shit's on camera. And there's a reason why. Because I'm not a team guy. And I know Glenn Beck may not understand this, but I'm pretty sure he does because he's a very well-read, educated man. He's a historian, and he understands the significance of the Budweiser, of the Trident. And I don't care if a team guy gave it to him. And I know a team guy did give it to him. I don't care. If Matt Bissonette gave me a pen, you think I'm going to wear that? I didn't earn it. I disagree. It's not like Sean Hannity wearing a Secret Service pen or wearing an FBI pen. That's different. The Trident, you don't wear it. You don't wear military paraphernalia. You don't wear a Force Recon pin. You don't go ahead and put jump wings on your uniform. You don't put a CIB on your uniform unless you got it. You don't put a Medal of Valor with 15 clusters on it. And Glenn Beck is not a military person. He never served. And I think the moment I saw him with that trident, I completely just stopped watching Glenn Beck. And I've been getting back in his, putting him in my purview and watching him a little bit. And now I'm just like, until you get rid of these guys, you're just trash. You're Jerry Springer without a cause. I don't know, man. That's my opinion. But, don't hate the playa, hate the game. We're out of here. Liv, you got 1 minute.
Everyone say a prayer for Ohio and Leroy. There's some tornadoes hitting down. I just texted them, and as of right now, they're fine, but the wall of weather has not hit their area yet. So everyone say a little prayer that Leroy is going to be good tonight. We will. And also to Dan Bongino, somebody who we're going to have do radio for the company he used to work for. I've sent him a flag through Flags of Valor, but I've not had the honor of meeting him. But I will say my deepest condolences to his mom and him and his family. And that sucks. He's been through some trying times the last year and a half. I like Dan. I like what he brings. I don't always agree with Dan, but I do appreciate his show. And that sucks. And Glenn Beck, do better. Do better. See you guys tomorrow. Listen, we'll have a new show. It's Red Friday. Wear red. If you haven't been to the Don't Unfriend Me store, you can go to thedumbshow.com right now. Pick up yourself a Red Friday shirt. We now have 4 of them. The Red Friday 2.0 or 4.0 shirt is out there. It's banging. It is a good-looking shirt. Go get it. You've seen me wear it on the show. Also, if you would stop by, link tap go. Liv's going to put it in the comments. Link tap go /thedumbshow.com. Or it's just /thedumbshow. linktapgo.com/thedumbshow. You guys, you can donate. You can help us out. We would appreciate it. It keeps the lights on. And I appreciate everything you're doing. God bless. See you tomorrow with a new recorded show, new news. And then Friday night, we will have myself. We will have Leroy and Olivia all in the house. God bless. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Night, y'all.
Good night, y'all. And Alex Stein, you're a dick. Yeah.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia, and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.